behind. Bad bitches, every city in my tribe. Look behind. Booty dominate.
So,
Yeah.
and I like even asked him like, why aren't your emotions ever shown? I'm like, I don't know. It's just I've always been like that. I'm like, oh, okay, you know, like it's just the way our society has been constructed. It doesn't allow a man to express their feelings to their partner, whether it be a man or a woman, because they feel as if they're going to be shamed for it, and that's not the case. I feel as if you can't understand that your partner is another human being is going to have emotions. I don't see why I don't see why you would be dating if you can't comprehend that or if you're not okay with that. Like it just doesn't make sense at all. If you don't understand that, then why date? Why get into a relationship with another person?
Yeah, like I definitely like see how like other men are like creating a toxic environment to the point where like guys can't really express their emotions. And like when Osa was saying that like it's women that are creating that, like I just don't think that's true, because I think if you are a good partner, like
No woman who I've ever personally met has attempted or on purpose willingly created that environment.
well,
Most
yeah,
men
like
come into a relationship like that
yeah, well, I
because
understand
it's
that, but like for me personally, like I know that like to be a good like girlfriend, like I create this safe space to the point where he can show his emotions, like however he wants, because I know that like he's not gonna be able to go to his like other friends and like do that, because a lot of times like guys aren't comfortable with that, and guys like have that toxic masculinity, and so I feel like also in order to be a good partner, like on both ends, you have to allow them to express their emotions.
Can I be
Yeah.
100% honest with you? Most males, they won't express their emotions to another man. Like I personally have a female therapist because I cannot express my emotions to a man. I just physically can't. I can't do it. I've never been able to. I think it's because of my dad. Like I've never had a good relationship with him. So like he kind of ruined like me being able to express my emotions as someone who I
I,
don't have a connection with.
I understand how you feel because when the times I've tried, I've been met with a stone wall or judgment, and it's
It's
very
And
difficult.
I commend a lot of male therapists because they're doing a job that's very difficult, especially if you're with a male patient. It's very hard for a lot of men to open themselves up because a lot of men are used to expressing their feelings to a woman. Like when I was younger, I'd only express my feelings to my mom. That's the only person who I could talk to or actually attempt to because I'm too similar to my dad. I can't do it. And my dad always told me that my emotions shouldn't be expressed. I should just shove it down and deal with it later, basically, because that's how he was raised. He was just
And we
told.
wonder why we have gun violence in this country.
You wanna know what's even worse? I grew up around guns, and it was so bad. I literally hate guns. I can't deal with them.
See,
But my
I
dad
own
is
them,
like
but
obsessed with
I know what
them.
they are.
Like
They're
I accept they're
yeah.
there, but
Oh
like
my
at the
god.
same time, no American citizen needs to have a semi-automatic weapon.
You
Well,
know
and
what pisses me off about that conversation?
Hmm.
Is that like I hear guys go around and like when we're talking about like women who are like sexually assaulted and like the rates at which that happens, they say this is why women need to be trained with firearms. I'm like, do you know that the majority of like women who are sexually assaulted, it happens from like a friend or a family member or someone like they know? How many women are going around carrying a pistol with someone they
yeah.
trust? It's usually someone they trust.
It's like, do they expect you to like put it in your personal bits when you're in the shower?
Am I gonna bring my pistol
For
to?
fuck's sake!
Am I gonna bring my pistol every time I go hang out with my friends?
Yeah.
Also,
Oh, I'm
not all
actually in
places.
real estate and I don't carry a weapon because, like, I never know if I'll be able to get to it or not, and I don't want to give someone else access to one.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Mm,
it's more practical to take another person you trust with you, or
Exactly, yeah.
to
We just
have
do accompanied
our
showings.
dog.
Also, like not all states have concealed carry too. Like there's also those loopholes, those barriers you have to go through to be licensed for concealed carry too.
Sadly, most of America is going more and more free on their laws with guns now as a response.
Oh no, I live in Texas where an 18-year-old can buy guns. So
Yeah, I live in Ohio. They just took away about everything they could. So now it's constitutional carry. It's ridiculous. because
I think
I
people
went
don't
through the classes
understand. I don't
and
like.
the safety trained.
I don't think people understand like when our Constitution was written. When I believe it's Second Amendment. I might be wrong. They were
Yes.
dealing with where you had to physically take the gun and reload after each shot.
Yeah.
So
You know,
people are saying, and now you have a magazine. You don't like most
Yeah.
magazines. I think are 8, 9, 10 for pistols, but then when you get into the semi-automatics, you're getting into the 20s.
actually, most pistols are about 17 rounds in a magazine, and rifles are about 30 and up
Yeah,
for most of the common ones. It's
which is even that's just showing even worse. Like, I'm not saying I'm against the Second Amendment. I don't care if you have a non-semi-automatic weapon, but this is also an area where I see the semi-automatic weapon ban needs to be brought back because after it was taken
well,
out of effect, like we saw a very
semi-automatics have
large.
always been legal. You're talking about the automatic ban, which is
Yeah, I'm
still
sorry.
mostly in place. No, the
Yeah.
issue we have is something like the AR-15 is a military weapon. That's literally the design name. AR-15 is the design name for the M16. The only reason it's called an M16 is that's the name the military gave it. It is the same weapon. The only difference is they changed the fire rate. That's
Yeah.
it. And that's a military weapon. I don't need that. I collect old World War II guns and have a few pistols around and a shotgun or two.
Yeah.
I have stuff, shotguns for the home if someone ever came in. But you know what? I'm a big boy. I know I need to run, not shoot
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah.
I don't want to ever hurt someone like that. But we don't need AR-15s.
Yeah.
And if you want one at this point, they need to make it so that you have to do something special to get it. That because it's not
Well,
needed.
I like my stance on like guns are if you want to get anything, like if you really want any gun, I believe you should go through like what certain states have for abortion. Like in Alabama, you have to wait 24 hours. I think in
Yeah.
some states it's
Yeah.
as long as 48 hours after your first examination for it.
Yeah.
I
Sadly, I
believe that
can
you
just go
should.
get one.
Yeah, I believe that like you should go under a psychological evaluation before it. You should be spoken to by multiple mental health professionals to make sure you're mentally competent for this gun
Well,
and the capabilities it have, and you understand what the gun can do. And then after that, you must wait 24 to 48 hours before they even give you the gun.
I personally think they need to have, at least for first owners, 2 weeks
Wait, I
of a
just wanted
waiting
to say
period.
something. I have to go because I gotta go to work. But thanks for having me on, Kenzie.
Oh yeah, thanks, Bree.
Bye, guys.
Oh, Westy, bump stocks are actually now illegal, but doesn't matter that much because there's a technique where you loosely hold a firearm, and when you fire it, it actually causes a bumping firing, and it does the same thing, but it takes a little bit of practice. So you actually can't fire a semi-automatic rifle at a full auto rate.
Hey,
Hi,
buddy.
hi,
I
welcome.
actually just wanted to know what you were using on your lips.
Oh,
Such a pretty color.
it's like
Dish.
it was a combination of like a Huda Beauty liquid lip, and then I did add some Kylie. I don't know about the color. What do you think about the color?
I really like it on your skin tone, honestly.
Thank you. That's very
You
nice
could
of
pull
you.
up anything.
No,
Of course.
I feel
I
like
was just curious.
unless it's like nude, I'm like I don't like it.
It's very pretty. But I'm actually about to make dinner and stuff, so I was just wondering that. I took a screenshot of it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, I'll talk to y'all later.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Well, to get back towards the masculinity stuff, I'm originally trained in archaeology and anthropology as my undergrad, and I look at a lot of things like that. That like the stuff we see as toxic masculinity once served a purpose in the past as a cultural binding agent, but it's gone. That culture doesn't exist. It's just like stuff from the Bible worked 2,000 years ago, but doesn't work today. It's something from the past that now causes harm instead of what it used to do. Hello, you there?
Oh no,
Oh no, I'm like second guy
Baby
or
Parker?
third person that dropped in.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, hi.
Yeah, what's up? Hey,
What you got?
yeah, James. Yeah, I love James, how he talked to Osa and stuff. And I really, really felt like Osa hated that women work like in modern society. Genuinely feel like he hates it. I don't know, he gave me
Oh, I
that vibe.
agree. I agree. I think it
Yeah,
makes him feel insecure. But I think he's very religious.
yeah, and I
I
was
also
waiting for him to talk about the pro-life thing.
I was
I wanted to
wondering
debate him on that,
also
but never
if
mind.
if he grew up in the African American community, because I've had friends that have grown up and have complained about the whole masculine man be a man stuff. That it's also a cultural element that develops there.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely. Because I know culture
Yeah.
can, influence you. So. But I don't know where he went. I think he left.
Tucked tail and ran.
Yeah, maybe. Or I don't know. I thought he got booted because everyone in the comments were like sad face. So like, yeah, I thought he
Yeah.
left or something.
Well, we were voting if he was a male chauvinist.
Yeah, we voted if
He was.
he was a misogynist, and the vote was like 222 to 7. Like, oh, it was bad. It was so bad.
And
Oh yeah, the
7
ones who
was
voted
all
a
his
smiley
other
face are
accounts.
dude.
That was 7. Yeah, his 7 backup accounts.
He has a lot of.
If he's gonna like come back, I'm gonna like. No, I'm gonna wait for him if like the pro-life thing. I'm gonna like debate him on that.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna go ahead and reset you guys to see maybe if I can like hit the current and maybe get one more debate before I have to go.
Cool. Appreciate you letting me up.
All right, cool.
Yeah, thank you, James.
No problem. And again, hail vulva.
I feel that's like the new iconic thing now is like the vulva.
Jamal
Love
for
that for
vulvas.
Jamal for vulvas. I'll be right back.
Right. Bye.
I'm so fucking cute, bitch.